The medicalization of birth, detrimental birthing practices, and the importance of breastfeeding. So what is the medicalization of birth? Up until the early part of the 1900s, before the medical system really took its hold, birth was exclusively done at home. Local caregivers such as neighbors had assisted. Today about 93% of births are given in hospitals. Around the same time frame, incentives were given to stop giving birth at home and start giving birth in the hospital. It was also outlawed for midwives to practice. Doctors were paid not by quality of outcome, but how many procedures they actually did. Today, the U.S. has the highest infant mortality rate in the entire developed world. We've been giving birth for hundreds of thousands of years without medical intervention. Though medical intervention has its place and can be life-saving in certain instances, most of the time it's not even necessary. It's treated as an emergency rather than a natural process of life that we inherently know how to do. Look, I know we have a standard way of doing things, like we have certain procedures in place, but we don't understand it's really just for funding of big pharma and hospitals. We need to have the ability to question systems so we can actually get to the truth. Like if things are not actually getting the results we want, we need to give ourselves permission to change. Fuck the system, fuck the rules. I'm a big results guy, so let's focus on that. So what are the problems with medicalization of birth? We have the dorsal lithotomy position. Now this is a modern day birthing position done in hospitals. It was developed by Louis XIV because he actually liked what to watch women give birth. Interesting. The woman had to pull a sheet up so they couldn't see him. Now this is the worst possible position in terms of pelvic position. We know that squatting actually opens the anterior and posterior pelvis. That is actually the way their ancestors did it. Baby monitors. Now the C-section rate has skyrocketed after these practices were introduced. The maternal mortality rate has also doubled in the last few decades. No research has done to show that these are even effective. As a matter of fact, it's possible as the opposite effect. They also produce a ton of electromagnetic frequencies that give off right through the baby. Epidurals. 25% of the time, these cause a fever to the mother. Then the baby would have to go get a workup for sepsis because they don't know if it's an infection or not. Inductions. Artificially inducing birth is not a good idea. The baby is supposed to come out when it's done. The longer it's in, the more the brain grows. You wouldn't want to take the bread out of the oven before it's done. The baby needs to finish in the womb, not outside. C-sections. Now, when a baby is born vaginally, he gets seeded with the mother's microbiome, which serves as a foundation of the child's immune system for the rest of its life. And these have their place for emergency situations, but should not be used in terms of convenience. Cord clamping. When a baby is born, it goes through profound changes in the heart and lungs. To go through these changes, the baby needs an accessory oxygen supply from the umbilical cord, which is a live organ. Waiting 3 to 5 minutes will allow all the blood from the placenta to transfer into the baby. Circumcision. Now, I've talked about this a few times on the show, but John Harvey Kellogg, the inventor of Kellogg's cereal, had another strange invention. He was also very bullish on reducing sexual pleasure because he believed it was the root cause of disease. Now, he was a man who was the reason why circumcision started in the United States. The purpose of foreskin is increased sensitivity, protection, less friction during sex, and immunity. They've had intact penis for 100,000 years. All of a sudden, it's a mistake that the creator made. Before we cut something off the body, we need to ask its actual purpose. Why do we have it? And it is actually an important organ, so please keep the dick intact. The importance of breastfeeding. This is very important for the immune system, jaw, structure, physical development. Now, milk is the first food for humans, as well as other mammals. Breast milk also changes with the environment. For example, if there's a virus going around, the mother will actually create antibodies for the baby and give it to them through breast milk. Nothing can really top this. This is, despite what marketers will have you believe, unfortunately. Some of them will have, like, their product, oh, this is better. I mean, it's a bunch of nonsense. Bullshit. Again, with focus on what is real. Alright, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the show. For more, you can head over to anthonygastella.com for articles, coaching, and other free resources. Also, if you can, leave a review for the show, let people know what you think, and I would appreciate that so much. Support the mission of freedom. Thanks for being on this mission with me, and I promise to give you more powerful, empowering, great content to help transform your life. Thanks for tuning in.